The man was terrified when hunting. There was a huge body on the top of the mountain. When he was considering whether to call the police, he saw a strange box on the ground. Out of curiosity, he opened it and found a box full of beautiful knives in it. When he saw this, Nick suddenly had a bad feeling. After looking around to make sure there was no one around, he said nothing and turned to his best friend. Nick, who took the money, was excited. He didn't expect to just go up the mountain to hunt with his customers, but he didn't expect to pick up so much money. In order to avoid long dreams at night, he immediately went down the mountain to meet the female customer. However, when he saw Xiao Mei, Nick didn't dare to tell her about the money. He was afraid of causing trouble, but in fact, Nick fell in love with Xiao Mei at first sight. He was too cute to be shy, so he didn't dare to confess his love. But now he has a knife in his hand, and he's getting more and more tough. He lied to Xiao Mei that he was actually a rich second generation, and that's why he went up the mountain to hunt, just to experience life. If Xiao Mei didn't despise him, the two of them would immediately go down the mountain to get married, and he would give her 880,000 taels of silver, although Xiao Mei seemed to pretend not to care. In the early morning of the next day, she dressed coolly and approached Nick. One of them said he was very cold, hinting that he was giving himself warmth. However, in the face of such a bloodbath, Nick played a game of flirting and tried to make Xiao Mei wear pants when she was cold. After one night, he had completely figured it out. After all, he is now a rich second generation. What kind of woman does he want? There is no need to fall in love with a Xiao Mei. However, he was too proud to notice. A group of mercenaries looking for the whereabouts of the knife had surrounded them silently. They were not waiting for Xiao Mei to put on her pants. The mercenaries launched an attack on the two of them. Fortunately, the enemy's guns were too bad, and the two of them were lucky to survive. And Nick deserves to be the special force for retreating. Faced with such a situation, he could still face it calmly. At the first moment, he launched a response measure. He killed two enemies with one blow. Then he picked up the enemy's rifle. The enemy who came up to the encirclement was another shot. He killed two people without wasting his energy. Then there was a sniper who shot from 2,000 meters away. Then he took Xiao Mei and ran away. Seeing this scene, the mercenary leader had to call his men to drive the motorcycle and start chasing. He realized that a fierce battle was inevitable. Nick hurried to find a hidden place and put on a bulletproof vest. Xiao Mei also took the opportunity to put on her pants. So far, Nick also confessed to Xiao Mei the reason why they were being hunted down. It was because of the money. He promised that as long as Xiao Mei could fight alongside him, give half of the money to her after the battle. Xiao Mei said that she was as rich as a phoenix. She wanted to experience most now was to kill the mercenaries of these old men. The two who made the deal took action at random. On their way down the mountain, Xiao Mei was holding a weapon hidden in the dark. Nick rushed to the center of the road with the money as bait. Soon the enemy came after him. The two killed the enemy in 3 shots. But when Nick was self-conceited for this, he turned around and found Xiao Mei was caught by a soldier in a ghillie suit.